guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow palette collection, which I'm obsessed with makeup, so I have a ton of, so I hope you enjoy. The first one I have is this Morphe palette. It is really beautiful, I think, if I can get it open. There we go. And it's just full of purples and pinks, and I just got this one, so I haven't been able to use it yet, but I just think it's so pretty, and I really hope I can use this one soon. But yeah, I just love the purples and the pinks and the shimmers in this one. It's so pretty. The next one I have is this smaller one, which, let me get it open real quick. It has a lot of nude tones. I don't remember the names of these, but it has a lot of nude tones, and I really like them because they're not just like nude, but they're like more tan and like bright and shimmery ones, and I really like them. So I just really loved this palette, and yeah. The next one I have is this small palette. It's very small, but I really liked it. Here, let me get it open real quick. It's another neutrals palette, that like tan neutrals, and I really love them. I think they're really pretty, and I like that this one has more matte tones in it for if you're just going for like a basic everyday look rather than sparkly looks, and I really like it. And last but not least, for the Morphe palettes, I have my James Charles palette, which I use so much. You can tell by definitely this one right here that is almost to like the pan dish. I use this palette a lot, and I really love the colors in it, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite palettes for sure. Next, moving on to my Jeffree Star palettes. First off, I have my Bloodlust palette, which I love so much. I'm wearing it today, actually. If you can see, I have the purple on in the corner. I didn't really try to do that extravagant of a look today, just a color. But yeah, I really love this palette. I think it's beautiful. Just really pretty, really cool colors, and I love it so much. Next, I have the Thirsty palette. I actually got this in one of his blind boxes, but I use this a lot. I definitely use this shade right here, this subtle shade right here. I use it a lot for freckles, or if I'm doing just a quick shade and I don't really want to like throw out a bunch of colors. But this palette is really cute, and I really like it, and I really love this gold shade right here, Filthy Rich. This is a really pretty color on. So yeah. The next Jeffree Star palette I have is a little controversial right now, but it is the Conspiracy palette. I got this before the controversy happened, but yeah, I haven't used it yet. I've been wanting to, but I haven't had the right time to like dip into these colors because I really want to use the fun colors, but I haven't really had time to use it, but I think it's a really pretty palette. The last Jeffree Star palette I have is the Alien palette. I got this from, I believe, his Valentine's mystery box, and I really like the colors in these, a lot of darker colors that you don't usually see, and I think it's really cool if you're going for a more dark, like grungier look. I really like that, and I love this purple shade right here, Area 51. I really love that shade, but I believe it's really pretty, and I love the shape of his palettes. They're just so cool. Next up, I'm going to show you my ColourPop palettes. So the first ColourPop palette I have is this little Frozen one. I actually got the little kit that it came in with like the lipstick and the glitter and all that, but I really love this palette, especially this middle shade right here, which is Arendelle. I dipped into this quite a few times, but this palette is just so cute, and it's tiny, and I love it, but it has such pretty colors in it, and I really love ColourPop's Disney collection. It's so pretty. The next palette I have from ColourPop is the Disney Collector palette. This palette was actually my first eyeshadow palette I ever got, and it has just such beautiful colors, and I really love, some of my favorite shades in this are Fairy Godmother, One Kiss, and Juju. I just love those pinky colors and this gold. It's just, they're so pretty, and I love the packaging on this one with all the signatures, and then on the front, here, let me get to focus. On the front, all the Disney characters, they're just so beautiful, and I just love this palette's design. I think it's very beautiful. And lastly, I have the Sailor Moon ColourPop palette. I just got this one, and I've already used every single color in it. I love Sailor Moon, and I love this palette. It does have a lot of fallout, which you can see on my palette, kind of. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of all around. But I love this palette. I would recommend it to anyone who bought it. It's really beautiful, and it has the, excuse me? Like, that's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Next up are my Too Faced palettes. So the first one I have is this chocolate bar, which I love because number one, it's like shiny and metal and it looks like a chocolate bar. Number two, it smells like chocolate and it smells so good. But it has these beautiful shades, these kind of taupey browns, but then it has like some creamy colors in it. And it's, oh, I'm sorry, the smell is getting me. It smells so good, but it's just so pretty and I love it. It looks like a chocolate box. Oh, it decided to close. But I really love this palette. The next one I have is the Too Faced Pineapple palette. I really love the packaging on this one. It is just so glittery and beautiful, and I love the pineapples. And then on the inside, whoop, it's got these little tins, and they have such pretty colors in them. Again, a lot of sparkly colors, which I love sparkles. And it's just really pretty, and I love this little pineapple guy right here. He's just a king, and I love him. But yeah, I really like this palette. Last but not least, I have this one, which came with like a set of 3. One was like a blush and a bronzer, and then the other ones were like all blush, or a highlight and a bronzer. But I actually broke one of them because I didn't know how to open them, but you open it like this, and it's just got all these tiny little colors in it for Christmas, and I've definitely tipped into this snow globe color a few times. I do really like this palette. I haven't used it a whole bunch, but I think I'll definitely use it around Christmas time. The rest of my palettes are all just miscellaneous palettes, so I'll just show them all together. So the first palette I have in my miscellaneous section is the Warrior palette, and I just got this one recently. I haven't used it yet, but I think it's so pretty, especially the art on the front is absolutely beautiful. And then the inside of the palette, oops, still has the little plastic piece. Look how pretty these shades are. I really love them, and I love the sparkliness and just I really like this palette. I think it's really beautiful, and I can't wait to try it out. The next one is this Stellar Constellation palette, and I really love the inside of this palette. Look how cool this is. What? Excuse me? Honey? Yeah, but it's just so beautiful, and it looks like planets, and I've definitely used this palette on a lot of occasions, but they're all just sparkly, glittery planets, and I love them so, so much, and I just really enjoy this palette, and I would recommend this palette if you were to get it. This next one is like a knockoff of the Mean Girls palette. My mom got me this one thinking it was the Mean Girls palette, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just keep this one. So it says Fetch on the front, and it has glitter all over it, and this is the inside. It has a little Damien right here, and it says, "You're like really pretty." And then I haven't used this palette yet, but these are the colors. I'm not the biggest fan of the colors, but I mean, some of them, they have some pretty browns in here that are good for like neutral tones, but yeah. The next palette I have is this Be in Love palette that I got from Target. I've actually used this palette so many times. You can tell from the shade that I've used it all the time. It's very pretty, it goes on great, it's very pigmented, and like for Target, it's a really good eyeshadow, and I really love it. Yeah, I use this palette all the time, and I would definitely recommend. This next one I also got from Target. It's called Life at the Party, and it's really pretty. I haven't used this one yet either, but I really love the shades in this palette. It's not doing it justice on my screen right now, but yeah, it's got really pretty just taupey tones, and then some pretty, this purple is very beautiful. I really like this palette, and I really love the packaging of it with like all the glitter. The next palette is this Eyes palette. I have no idea where I got this, but I've definitely used it a lot, especially for theater makeup. When I have to throw on a base, I definitely use these a lot for base colors. They definitely go over everything well. I really love this palette. I mean, I've used it forever. I don't use it that much anymore, but I've definitely used it in the past for just base colors and stuff like that. And our last palette that we have come to is this You Can Be palette that I have. I got this off Amazon, and it has such pretty colors. I use these for base shades, but it's got such pretty colors that you can use for like blending in browns and glitter and all that, and it's so pretty. It came with a brush, but I have no idea where that went, so. But I really like this palette. I think it's really cute, and for Amazon, it's like a really good palette. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Oh, Daisy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for sitting and watching me just talk about my eyeshadow palettes. So hope you have a good day. Bye.